Hello YouTube fans and welcome to Retire in Lake Chapala, where we give you all the information you need to make informed decisions. With Retire in Lake Chapala, we make expatriating to Lake Chapala easy. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below and contact us with all your questions. Lots of people coming down to Lake Chapala just want to rent. Hey, I think that's a great idea. You absolutely should rent for a while, preferably in different areas to get a feel for the wide variety of housing and areas available lakeside. But renting long-term has its own advantages and disadvantages. So what are these? What's good and what's bad about renting in Lake Chapala? Advantages. Well, you get to try different neighborhoods. This is possibly the #1 benefit to renting if you are considering buying. Neighborhoods vary widely in Lake Chapala, from village life to living in the country, standalone homes to gated communities and condos. Each one has its own different flavor, so you need to decide what's right for you. #2, flexibility. By renting, nothing is written in stone and you can sign your lease from 1 to 12 months, depending on your current lifestyle and situation. #3, you can opt to live the high life. As a renter, you may be able to live in a lot nicer neighborhoods where you couldn't possibly afford to buy. And #4, meet new friends. Every time you move, you get to meet new neighbors and make new friends, and you learn firsthand what it's like to live in that area. This is awesome if you're considering buying. And finally, #5, let's face it, compared to buying a house, renting doesn't cost much. Depending on the length of time, the most you would be required to put down is first and last month's rent and a damage deposit. Disadvantages to renting. Well, you still have to pay for many of the repairs. Unlike north of the border where the landlord is required to take care of the premises, here in Mexico, for most small repairs and usage items, they fall to the renter to repair. This can vary depending on your landlord or management company, length of time renting, and many other factors. But just be prepared that in many cases it is you who need to call and pay for the plumber, electrician, etc. #2, unfair rent increases. A common trait in Mexico is for landlords to jack up the rent substantially after the agreed upon term. They know that it's a hassle for many people to move and that chances are good you'll pay the rent increase. Fact is, there's no real enforceable rent controls in Mexico. So, #3, be prepared to move. This is always a good possibility that the owner will sell and not renew your lease. In the current real estate market, this could happen quickly. Bottom line is, when renting, you always need to be prepared to move within a month or two. #4, let's remember homes in Mexico come as is. While most accommodations come furnished in Lake Chapala, you have no choice as to what the furniture and appliances are like. That noisy refrigerator could drive you crazy, and the chairs in the kitchen could send you to the chiropractor, but that's tough. So this means that you may have to purchase certain items to make the place comfortable to your standards. As an addendum to this, a common complaint we hear from snowbirds is that when we have a cold snap during the winter, there are no warm comforters or blankets. So if you rented a place without a fireplace or space heater, then you will need to buy some warm blankets or a space heater yourself. #5, landlords and management companies. Well, sometimes landlords and management companies can be hard to deal with or even impossible to find. When you run out of water or need immediate repairs, you are oftentimes handcuffed to deal with the situation out of your own pocket. #6, when renting, you are more or less stuck with what you got. Changing countertops or flooring is usually, but not always, out of the question. I know many renters who put in a lot of their own money to make improvements, but in many cases the improvements remain behind when you move. It should be noted, though, that in Mexico, all improvements made by the renter that are movable, such as ceiling fans or faucets, for instance, belong to the renter, and you are allowed to take it all with you, as long as the home is returned to its original condition to the landlord. #7, well, you're throwing your money away, whereas owning a home gives you the equity, which you can resell and or hand down to your children. Renting provides you with nothing but a place to live 1 month at a time. But hey, look, if you're still set on renting, that's awesome. Below in the description, you'll find a link to my #1 read blog, Where to Find Rentals in Nahihic. On that blog, I list all the rental agencies, real estate companies, Facebook pages, Spanish websites, etc. that do rentals. This is your #1 resource to finding a rental lakeside. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you enjoyed this content, then please click on the like button below and don't forget to share this with your friends. I look forward to meeting you in beautiful Lake Chapala. And when you're ready to start looking for a home of your own, please give Michaela and I a call. The right home is waiting just for you.